This game, you're not ready for it.
And that's why I'm here. Maybe you read an article, have a friend that plays, saw my video, tried it once. Either way, you're here. After 13 years of an elitist, capitalist player base, CCP decided to spice things up by adding a free-to-play lower class. Dust 514 was a good try though. The old EVE tutorial was basically them giving you a ship, telling you to undock, and then showing a picture of Ayn Rand laughing. But that's all changed. EVE finally has the hand-holding tutorial that it always needed, and the voice acting is tremendous.
Calling any convoy Angel 7 Crown survivors.
This is good for learning core mechanics, but there's still some holes in the technique that I think I can fill in here. This isn't an in-depth mechanic guide. If you want those, check out the EVE Flight Academy videos or see what users have put out. This is something to watch before you play, or something I think that's important that's not in a tutorial. Plus, you're going to learn some hot tips, so let's get started.
Thousands were killed.
Oh. Race is important to free-to-players, because they can't afford to break the cultural veil, so they can only fly ships of that faction until they pay up. Let's do some lore and gameplay. The Amara are an old, religious faction, who enjoy armored ships and lasers. So if you like lasers, legalized slavery, and witch burning, this might be for you. The Kaldari are a group of megacorporations that like missiles and long-range railguns. If you like missiles, megablocks, and think it would be fun to work for Time Warner Cable to put people on hold, you'll like this. The Galente love liberty, and like all liberty-loving people, they use drones to fight their wars. So if you love the Prime Minister of Canada, want to be able to take a bath while you win at PvP, and sometimes want to slam people in the face with blasters, this is right for you. Minmatar are tribal people who like ballistics. If you enjoy dumpster diving, like the Millennium Falcon, and think gerrymandering is a Chinese way of making chicken, you'll get along with the Minmatar. The character creator is very in-depth. Just keep in mind that choosing your race was the most important part. Get your portrait set up, decide your starting location, and you're good to go. Oh right, make sure your name's available. The tutorial is good for teaching you how to play, but there's a few things I don't want you to mimic.
Hi.
You'll chew right through these Circadian Seeker enemies in the tutorial, but don't engage them when you're actually playing the game yet. So if you happen to see one on a gate somewhere, don't go shooting at them yet. There's a part where you fight a capital ship with your fleet, and you support them by webbing it down. People told me this isn't a huge deal, but I gotta say it. Webifiers do not stop ships from warping away. Warp disruptors, scramblers, and bubbles do that. You'll learn more about combat as you play, but on the off chance you join a big group right from the get-go, do not web anything unless someone has a point on it. The things I listed earlier were points. A web only slows a ship down. The way the game mechanics work, a web actually makes it easier for an enemy ship to warp away and escape. It's important you know this for playing in groups. The last thing someone wants to hear is, FC, I have a carrier webbed. Since we're talking about combat, keep in mind that this is the most basic approach. Mastering EVE combat requires learning how weapon tracking works, and burning right at an enemy is a good way to get shot very quickly. Burning indirectly to get into range is called transversal, just like your geometry. This makes it harder for most weapons to hit you. Just keep in mind that missiles don't have tracking, and this doesn't matter. This might already sound a little complicated, but all the weapons only have 4 damage types, so this doesn't get too crazy. It'll take a while to learn what ship does what, but once you have it down, it'll make your life a lot easier. Okay, that's enough of my pet peeves for combat. Let's move on to some tips. Let's hear from some real players that aren't me.
In all reality, there are 3 things you need to know. 1, if you can't afford to lose it, don't fly it. 2, the undock button is the PvP button. And 3, ramming speed is always an option.
Alright guys, here's your comprehensive EVE tutorial in just 3 words. Talk to people. It really is that simple. So open the chat window and take a look at the list of names on the right side. That's EVE. That's EVE Online, right there. Talk to those people. Ask them questions. Get to know them. Let them get to know you. Because above everything else, EVE Online is a social game. So if you don't engage and interact with the people around you, you are missing out on the best content the game has to offer. Put yourself out there and become part of our community because we want you here. I promise you, you will not regret it.
Boredom is a very common complaint amongst those who quit this game. Now, if you don't want to quit of boredom, do the best you can to experience as much as possible in this game, and in that way you'll keep your mind engaged and enjoying the challenges that EVE Online has to offer.
Do not be afraid of low sec. Go there as soon as you're able to fly what you can afford to lose. Ship loss is an integral part of EVE Online, and taking risks in this game will bring you bigger rewards.
I mean, I've played this game for over 13 years, and the only thing I'd tell new people is to keep an open mind. Don't fall for the latest shitty doctrine meme. Try everything and fly anything. Before you know it, you'll be undocking in some of the wackiest shit and having a great time.
Oh my god, those trolls!
Find some friends, join a group, talk to people. No guide will be easier and more comprehensive than just asking someone who knows what they're doing. For free-to-players, you're starting with a disadvantage, but you don't have to stay there. You can use in-game money to upgrade your clone and have all the perks of a paid player without ever paying. That was tricky, but anyway, I hope this got you in the right direction for getting started. If you have any questions, just send me a mail. Oh right, I forgot to warn you about all the scammer.
Is anybody out there? I need a bookmark. Could someone scan me down? Hello? Hello?